An abundance of hugs and handshakes, a maskless Modi, an impeccable vaccine, one-on-one meetings with world leaders. They are all beginning to show effect. Covaxin's time to shine is here, and it has Prime Minister Modi to thank for it. Hi and welcome to TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Piyush, and in this video I will tell you how Unmasked and Hug-Friendly Modi's campaign to endorse Covaxin at G20 bears results. Let's begin. During his recent tour of Italy and the United Kingdom, Prime Minister Narendra Modi decided to snub the mask and interact with world leaders in a pre-COVID environment. The results were almost instantly visible. Prime Minister Modi is today being hailed globally for announcing a series of Big Bang goals at the Climate Change Summit held in Glasgow. By ditching the mask, Prime Minister Modi is telling the world that he is absolutely confident about the efficacy of vaccines made in India. As such, it is time for the world to unanimously embrace Indian vaccines and cut the unnecessary bureaucratic red tape which is holding up Covaxin's approval by the World Health Organization. PM Modi's confidence in India's vaccine and the bonhomie he shares with world leaders has begun showing effect. In a massive victory for India, Australia on Monday recognized Covaxin as one of the recognized vaccines for travelers wishing to enter the state. Issuing a statement, the Australian Department of Health has added Covaxin for age 12 and above and Sinopharm for age 18 and 60 to the list of accepted vaccines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday took to Twitter to thank his counterpart Scott Morrison for the move, citing it as a crucial step for India-Australia partnership post-COVID-19 era. Morrison later tweeted, "It was wonderful to see his friend at COP26." Prime Minister Narendra Modi is inoculated with Covaxin, and he effectively signaled to the world community that those vaccinated with Covaxin do not require masks any longer. Importantly, at the G20 summit on Saturday, PM Modi made a renewed push for Indian vaccines to be recognized by the World Health Organization. He said India was looking to provide 5 billion vaccine doses to the world next year, and for the same to happen, the WHO must immediately grant authorization to Made in India vaccines. It was only after these statements by the Prime Minister that Australia authorized Covaxin. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has impeccable personal relationships with all world leaders, whether it be US President Joe Biden, French President Emmanuel Macron, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, German Chancellor Angela Merkel, or the state heads from Japan, Singapore, Brazil, and others. PM Modi is respected by all, and his words are taken as his bond. Therefore, when PM Modi vouched for Covaxin before the leaders of the world, he made an impact. It is now expected that World Health Organization will also grant authorization to Covaxin on November 3rd. India has administered over 105 crore vaccine doses to its citizens. Out of a population of 1.3 billion, over 31% have been fully vaccinated against COVID-19. A government study in July estimated that more than two-thirds of Indians already had COVID-fighting antibodies, mainly through natural infection. So, India's stature in the world has in any case witnessed an upswing recently. Now PM Modi is capitalizing on the same, making use of his relations with the world leaders and also ditching the mask to convey to countries around the world that Covaxin's time has come. The world is desperate to break the duopoly of Pfizer and Moderna, the two mRNA vaccines. The two mRNA vaccines are incredibly expensive, which the poor, underdeveloped nations cannot afford. Covaxin is relatively cheaper and does not need the extreme logistical apparatus like the mRNA vaccines to be administered. Covaxin has been manufactured using a live virus, which means it has been made using a manufacturing process that has been used in childhood vaccines for polio and other diseases for decades. Succinctly put, Covaxin is the best vaccine out there to address the hesitancy of millions of people with respect to mRNA vaccines. With Australia, Covaxin seems to have broken the glass ceiling.